Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's Friday again, and this time Parashat Veyechi. In our parasha, we say goodbye to Yaakov. Indeed, we see the parasha starts with Vayechi Yaakov be'eretz Mitzrayim, and Yaakov lived. The parasha is literally called Vayechi, and he lived. And at the end of the parasha, he dies. In many ways, kind of bringing us to a close, to a kind of climax and happy ending for Yaakov as one of the leaders of the Jewish people. With this, we are also ending Sefer Bereshit. Sefer Bereshit ends at the end of Parashat Veyechi, Chazak, Chazak, Menit Chazak, and we are about to enter into Sefer Shmot. In Sefer Shmot, we meet the Jewish people as a people, while in Sefer Bereshit, we meet the Jewish people as individuals. We follow through at the very beginning with Adam, Noach, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and you could argue Yosef as well. And these are the individuals that we follow through, learning about their family life, their personal life, their challenges, their successes, their failures, their anguishes, their happiness, their sadness, their ups and their downs. That is Sefer Bereshit. In many ways, what Chazal calls Sefer Hayashar, the book to guide us on the straight and narrow, to follow this path. In many ways, a moral book, a book of example of reality. And now we're about to enter into Sefer Shmot. Sefer Shmot is a book about a people, is a book about the Jewish people. Am Yisrael is called Am Yisrael for the first time in our next parasha. We're entering into the history of a nation, no longer the history of an individual, even the history of a family. And I just want to focus in on one small thing that we find at the end of our parasha, a pasuk which I find very dear to my heart. We see that Yosef, right before he himself dies, at the end of the parasha, it says that he saw Shlishim le'Ephraim, and indeed even the son of Machir ben Menashe, to a certain degree, a great grandchild. This idea of Yosef seeing family in the end, Yosef seeing a continuation to the Jewish people, even though you might imagine Yosef in his own personal life experiencing being cast out, sent into exile, sent into slavery, sent down into the pit, thinking to himself, I'm going to die here. There is no future for me. And yet he is constantly brought up and up and up, and he is brought back into the limelight of the Jewish people. And this is something which I think we can very much learn from, to never really give up. Yosef, even when he's in the bar, he has the dreams, he is the dreamer, he is the person who thinks about the future, and the future is beautifully in the Torah signified by children. Having grandchildren, having great-grandchildren, that is the greatest victory, that is the greatest success. As many of the Holocaust survivors have said, my victory against the Nazis was my beautiful family that grew and that was able to bring life, Parashat Veyechi, into this world. So before we enter into the story of Am Yisrael, I think this is a nice farewell to the story of the individuals of the Jewish people, and farewell to the end of the story of the individual. The individual never dies. He is basically subsumed and continued by his family, by his grandchildren, by his great-grandchildren, and from Yosef will come the great tribe of Ephraim and Menashe, the great future of the Jewish people. From Yaakov, the 12 tribes, Am Yisrael, Ve'ele Shmot B'nei Yisrael. We start the next parasha after Parashat Vayechi Yaakov. We start the Am Yisrael after the individual, the Avot Yaakov. So that's just a little idea for the parasha. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and a Shavua Tov, and I hope Be'ezrat Hashem that we are able to try and find within ourselves the story, the Vayechi, the life and the continuation and the future. And Be'ezrat Hashem, may we all have the zchut of being part of Am Yisrael, continuing that tradition, Be'ezrat Hashem, next week into Sefer Shmot. Shabbat Shalom.